Hi, I'm Carl Samuda, Minister of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries. And I'm at Hindstown at the farm of Mr. Lawrence Patterson, a potato farmer who has in all approximately 70 acres of potatoes. In this particular area, he has about 30 to 40 acres. And his operation is in partnership with one of the large distributive houses, which fits in perfectly into the strategy that we embarked on when I became minister in February 2016. I'd like to share with you some of the experiences of the ministry since becoming minister. In 2016, the first challenge that confronted us was in the sugar industry, where we went to find that Moneymus factory was on the brink of closing down, which meant that we would lose employment for 600 to 800 workers and the extended families of those workers. We took action appropriately, and we were able to save that factory. And today I'm pleased to announce that the factory is getting ready for the new crop that is now to be starting reaping shortly. The other area that confronted us in terms of challenges was in Long Pond, in Trelawney, where that factory had closed and it could not operate because there was a lack of finances to repair the factory itself. But the farming side of that operation continued, and we were able to utilize some transport money that had been set aside, and we were able to operate the factory that year. Unfortunately, we have not been able to continue because it requires continuous inflows which are quite substantial. But the cane has been taken off and will continue to be taken off this year through the provision of over $50 million which we will be giving to enable the farmers to transport the cane to Worthy Park and to Appleton Estate. And we are working with the owners of the estate to work out a strategy whereby the factory can be saved, and that is a negotiation that is in the advanced stages of development. We are also experiencing in the ministry a rebirth of the export of bananas. We have made a shipment to Trinidad, and we are reaching out for broader markets. Last year we experienced, that is 2017, we experienced unprecedented growth in the poultry industry. Eggs production, again, never been experienced at that level in Jamaica. We also have done tremendously well with our pork industry. We are here at the Irish Potato Farm, and so far we are at the stage where we are producing just over 90% of the demand for Irish potato in Jamaica. I'm expecting that very shortly we will get to the stage where we'll be totally self-sufficient. We are embarking on a strategy to encourage again a partnership between the trading sector and the agricultural sector to expand out the onion production. And one particular large organization has undertaken as a pilot project, I think some 15 acres, with the expectation to go up to over 400 acres of production of onions. We have been plagued in agriculture through climate change, through unpredictable weather that is adverse to the production of crops. And so we have to support our farmers. And this year we have made $100 million available to the parishes most affected, that is Portland, Trelawney and St. Mary. It is very difficult to get up and running again, but the courage of the farmers of Jamaica is very encouraging indeed. We introduced, through the Bureau of Standards, regulations to manage the packaging and labeling standards and to elevate it to a level where no imported sugar can enter Jamaica and be put on the shelves for our consumers unless they bear the markings of the Bureau of Standards. So we are in command of that process, and so far the results are very encouraging. But for nothing else, the protection of the health of our people, knowing exactly the source of the sugar. One of the things that we are very happy with and very proud of is the fact that we were able to pass through the House of Parliament after 9 years of preparation, the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities Regulatory Authority. This authority will regulate the areas of coconut, cocoa, and spices, coffee as well. The reason for this is that we have to ensure that through appropriate regulation, working with the farmers, not in a cumbersome way, but in a supportive way, as partners in this whole development area, that we are satisfied that the products are able to meet world standards. Shortly we will be tabling the fisheries bill in the MSME, which is the small and micro business sector. We have established a division within the ministry designed specifically to facilitate small business. And associated with that, we have set aside $400 million, which will be made available to that sector at considerably reduced interest rates. Listen, we grew in the first year of my administration's taking over office. We grew by 13.5%. Last year, we were plagued by excessive flooding, and we were able to hold our own. All indications are that the strategies that we have put in place and the infrastructure that we are building, both hard and soft infrastructure, will facilitate a return to substantial growth. And that is what I'm looking forward to. Moving forward, we have to look at the type of agriculture that will challenge the disadvantages of climate change. So we have to deal with protected agriculture, covered agriculture. We have to deal with greenhouses. We have to be more concerned about what we can do to protect ourselves against the elements, whilst at the same time, in the areas of drought, we will have to focus on providing greater sources of irrigation and improved technology. And as an overall strategy, we have to look at large farms, large productions that will enable us to benefit from the economies of scale and be in a position to export more than we need for the domestic market. So we will satisfy the domestic market and have excess to export. In order to do that, we have to be efficient, competitive, and reliable, consistent. So with that, agriculture is going to move forward, and with the team that we have, all those who work with us, all those who help us, all those who give us technical advice, I'm confident that we will go forward from strength to strength.